Mr. Graham, homework help. You get homework help. Let's start. All right, guys, you should be on page 273. Let me help you out with a few tips. Don't worry, the homework only seems tough if you don't know what you're doing, and that's what this video is supposed to help you with, help you know what you're doing. So questions 9 through 12, if you have your book open right now, you can look at it. They're all going to ask you about how to identify a vertex and how to draw an angle. Yes, Kelly? Oh, right, a timer to make sure I don't talk too much. Thank you. So it's very important that you know what the end point of two rays of an angle is called. What is the end point of these two rays? That's a ray, that's a ray. They both have an end point together. That end point looks like a corner, but you know, the more sophisticated math term for that corner, the official term is, Jasmine? Vertex. That's your vertex. As long as you know that that end point where both those lines come together to form a corner is a vertex, well, that's something. You learned something. Can we draw a 30-degree angle with a protractor? Now, you'll see numbers 9 through 12. Don't be confused by them. And it seems like 4 different questions, 9, 10, 11, 12. But they're just there to give you like a step-by-step kind of look at drawing an angle. So as long as you can draw an angle, questions 9, 10, 11, and 12 kind of just go together. So, raise your hand if you can help me draw this angle. They want a 30-degree angle, and they want us to use a protractor. Hopefully you have one with you, either the paper one that we made in class, or maybe Mom got you a nice new plastic one. Ooh, fancy schmancy. What's the first step we should take if we're going to make an angle with our protractor? Let's call on Sophia. That's right, and the vertex in the protractor is that center line, right? Good for you. There's a point at our vertex. What else should we do next? Is that all we need? We're done? All right, that dot is a 30-degree angle. No, we need a lot, well, not a lot more. We need more. We need more. So what do you guys think? Ivan. Yeah, sure. You know, I like to think of it as putting it at the 0. You know, that helps me remember it. Now we need a 30-degree angle, so I think it's obvious where our third and final point should probably go. Destiny? At the 30. You want to make sure it lines up as closely and as carefully as you can. Then you're going to want to move your protractor. Why do we want to move it? Anyone tell me why I moved my protractor and why you would want to move your protractor also? Matthew?
To connect the lines.
To connect the lines. Simple as that. Now, watch my red line. If I was smart, I'd have like a giant ruler and put it on the board and make sure. I would, you know, when you're doing this, maybe you can use your protractor to help you draw a straight line. But the red line should be a 30-degree angle if we put our dots in the right place, and if I drew my line straight enough. You don't want to just freehand it. You want to use the protractor to be as straight as possible. You can be a little bit off. Mr. Graham won't, you know, destroy your test if you're a little bit off, but you want to be as close as possible. Why is it that we don't connect these dots? Why are those dots not connected? Gabriel? That's not true. That angle would still be 30. Huh? No, the angle would still be there. It's just that we're only trying to make one angle. What would you make if you connected those dots? You'd have 3 angles. You'd have an angle there, an angle there, and an angle there. We don't want that. We just want the one 30-degree angle. That's all we want. All right, look on the bottom here. What would you mistake 30 degrees for if you chose the wrong angle on the protractor? So pretend we're measuring this angle. Line up the vertex just right. Follow the line, you see the 30. But if you weren't careful, what might you call that 30-degree angle instead? If you weren't paying attention to the size of the angle. Emma?
130.
Oh, it must be hard to see. Let me increase the size for you a little bit.
Whoa, better.
What might you mistake the angle for?
150.
150, yeah. And that's a bad mistake to make because you should be able to go, oh, that's a small angle. I'm not going to pick the 150. I'm going to pick the 30. Can you compare 30 degrees to 90 degrees? In other words, 90 degrees is an important angle. We use it in building. We use it to make corners in a room. Books have a 90-degree angle. Tissue boxes have a 90-degree angle. In a way, our feet kind of have a 90-degree angle. Not exactly, but you know, it's kind of close to that L shape. How far away is this angle to 90 degrees? Simple subtraction should help you with that. Daniel.
60 degrees?
60 degrees, yeah. And the reason they'll ask you to compare to 90 is because 90 is so important in our everyday lives. So many things use a 90-degree angle. So if they ever go, oh, how does this compare to 90 degrees? Just use some subtraction. Just go, oh, it's 60 degrees away. It's not quite there. All right, let's practice drawing one more angle, and then we'll end this. We only have a couple minutes left on my blah, blah, blah timer anyway. So I'm going to make this super big so it's easier for you guys to see. All right, and I'll take a hand, anyone in class, and you tell me what degree angle we should make. Don't pick 90, it's too easy. Ah, you don't pick 90, weren't you? Don't pick 180, that's too easy. 90, done. 180. Done. Any angle you want besides those two super, super easy ones. Danny.
In the middle of 170, 160.
So what would that be? What?
175.
What is the middle of 170 and 160?
165.
165. All right, 165 it is. Danny wants to make 165. We have a minute and 30 seconds to do it before my blah, blah, blah timer goes off. Danny, where's the first dot go? On the what?
Vertex.
The vertex, or you could say like that center point. That's either way is fine with me.
And on the 0.
And then on the 0, yeah. And then where's our last dot gonna go?
In the middle of 170, 160.
Yeah, so 170, 160. Ooh, that's right about there. Now on my protractor, I can't really draw like on my protractor and then connect the dots. So what I'm actually going to do is I want to go to the outside of the protractor, which is fine. You can go to the outside of the protractor for all your dots if you want to. In fact, that might be better, to be honest. Anyway, and between 170 and 160 is right there. And if this was a physical protractor, I'd put my pencil like on the edge of it and draw a dot right there. Then I'd move my protractor and I would connect my dots. And then this one's, ooh. Not bad, not bad for my free hand without a ruler. That is a big angle. But at 165 degrees, doesn't a big angle make sense?
Yeah.
Like 180 is all the way down. So 165 should be really close or on the way. All right, looks like we talked too much. Everybody say bye, class.
Bye!